Hello and welcome, my friend. If you have arrived here, it is because something inside you knows you have outgrown the person you have been trying to be. When people talk about final form, they imagine something glorious, something shining, something otherworldly. But God's version is quieter and far more difficult to counterfeit. Your final form is the version of you that refuses to lie anymore. Not with your actions, not with your words, and certainly not with your own body. You have spent years wearing different versions of yourself. The one who always says yes, the one who never asks for anything, the one who makes everything a joke, the one who acts unbothered, even when worry kept you awake, but still showed up for everyone else while carrying your own weight. None of these versions lasted. They were survival modes, not your actual design. Now God is shifting something. He is not trying to turn you into someone new. He is asking you to release the act of being who you used to be. This is what final form looks like when it is real. You agree to something, and tension doesn't flood your chest. You decline something, and fear doesn't grip your stomach. You leave a situation, and your mind isn't racing for hours, rehearsing better responses. Your physical body knows the truth before your thoughts catch up. It contracts when you say yes to what empties you. It grows heavy when you remain in spaces that don't fit. It wakes you in the dark hours when you are pretending everything is fine. God isn't only transforming your heart. He has been rewiring your physical responses. He is teaching your body to reject what damages you. Notice the subtle shifts recently. You see a message and don't feel pressured to answer instantly. You delete the words "it is fine" when it clearly wasn't. You replace "sorry" for existing with "I appreciate your understanding," because you are done smoothing over real problems just to stay included. This isn't defiance. It is God realigning your posture from within. You begin choosing what you genuinely want to eat instead of what seems acceptable. You stop dressing to blend in or dressing to perform, and find yourself dressing to feel authentic. You organize your space not for visitors, but because your mind cannot settle in disorder that contradicts where you are going. This isn't decoration. This is alignment. God is unveiling your final form. He is revealing what your life becomes when you stop bargaining with your own truth. You realize certain jokes don't land with you anymore, not because you are overly sensitive, but because something in you freezes when mockery hides behind laughter. Your heart tightens when the talk turns to tearing others down. A quiet discomfort surfaces when you reveal too much to someone who hasn't proven themselves trustworthy. These responses aren't paranoia, they are direction. This is how heaven trains wisdom in a way your flesh comprehends. You have been asking God to reveal your purpose. He is responding by highlighting your design. Examine it closely. You are the person others seek when life unravels. You are the one who notices what everyone else missed. You are the one who steps into disorder and naturally finds the logical next move. You dismiss it as just my nature. God sees it as intentional wiring. Final form emerges when you stop viewing what He built into you as accidental traits and start recognizing them as tools. Review your own story. The household conflict you sensed before it erupted. The struggling person who reached out to you at exactly that moment. This has never been chance. It is a blueprint. Your final form isn't dramatic. It is precise. God is revealing it by refining your boundaries. You cannot unsee what is clearly in front of you. You cannot keep forcing smiles in situations where everything inside you signals, this isn't right. You sense it, that immediate internal resistance that shows up faster now, sooner than it used to. This isn't you becoming cold. This is you honoring what God placed inside you. You have attempted to be the flexible one, the entertaining one, the silent one, the reliable one. But final form isn't a performance. It is consistent truth appearing across your entire life. Watch how God shows it. You review past writings and barely recognize who authored them. Not because that person was wrong, but because their expectations were too low. They diminished themselves so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable. Now, something inside you recoils, not at who you were, but at the idea of returning there. That resistance is sacred. It means your mind and body are unified. We will not live that way again. It is about existing in a way that honors what God already revealed to you. You recognize which places deplete you. You know which patterns rob your peace. You understand which relationships leave you questioning your own identity. Now you stop labeling all of this as complex and start naming it accurately, incompatible with who you are becoming. You hesitate before committing. You don't rush to fix things as quickly. You allow people to experience the outcomes of their own decisions without running interference. This isn't apathy. This is God showing you the difference between genuine care and being exploited. And somewhere during this entire process, you will catch your reflection and realize you genuinely accept who you are becoming. Not with pride, with honest peace. I can exist like this. This makes sense. This is real. This is your final form crystallizing. Not supernatural powers, not glowing transformations. An existence that doesn't battle itself constantly. God isn't showing you some imaginary future version. He is revealing the version that has been forming each time you spoke truth. Each time you departed quietly rather than erupting. Each time you selected rest instead of self-harm. He witnessed all of it. And now he is reflecting it back and saying, this is who you are. The performance is over. Now you are not anticipating transformation. You are recognizing what already shifted. And from here forward, every choice either preserves this or undermines it. This is what this message carries, not empty motivation, not pretending. Simply the strength to finally exist as the person God already completed forming internally. Your final form isn't waiting ahead, it is present. He is simply ensuring you finally recognize it, in your thoughts, your soul, and your physical being. Here is what typically unfolds next. My friend, once you begin living aligned with your final form, your environment needs time to adjust. The people closest to you who knew the previous version will notice first. Not because you make declarations, but because their old methods of accessing you no longer function. The person who only contacts you during emergencies will notice you don't respond immediately anymore. The relative who weaponizes guilt will feel the shift when you say, "That doesn't work for me," and then don't scramble to fix it later. The individual who expects endless understanding but never considers their impact on you will be first to claim you have transformed. They are correct. They simply don't realize what it required for you to stay the same for so long. You don't require extensive explanations. Often, a single statement suffices. I am not able to do that. This doesn't align with me anymore. That is not sustainable for me. You don't owe everyone the full story of your growth. And this isn't cruelty. Your kindness remains. It is part of who you are. But now you are kind authentically, not performing niceness from fear of rejection. God isn't revealing your final form so you can prove points. He is revealing it so you stop betraying yourself to maintain false peace. You will witness small, unexpected changes. Commitments you never had peace about suddenly dissolve. A draining job unexpectedly shifts or ends. People you thought were essential naturally distance. It might hurt initially. It might register as loss. But if you are truthful, your body reveals reality. Tension leaves your shoulders. Your breath comes easier. Beneath the sadness lives relief. I am released from carrying that. This is God removing what contradicts who you have become. Not to punish anyone, but to shield you. You are learning different metrics. Instead of asking, will this upset them if I refuse? You quietly consider, what does this demand of me if I agree? This isn't self-centeredness. This is responsibility. He entrusted you with breath, time, and vitality. Final form means you stop treating these as infinite resources. You will notice your expectations shifting without announcements. You will stop pursuing inconsistent attention. You will stop justifying basic dignity. You will stop feeling validated by interest that never becomes commitment. You are discovering what your spirit, mind, and body can no longer accommodate. And yes, some will only remember the version of you that bent until breaking. Let them hold that memory. You are not obligated to return and demonstrate. You are still pliable. You can embody gentleness and strength simultaneously. When someone says, the old you would have handled this differently, you can respond calmly. I honor who I was, but I will not return to what harmed me. You are not disrespecting your former self by transcending their limitations. That version did their best with available understanding. This version knows more. And this doesn't mean constant fearlessness. There will still be trembling hands, racing pulse, hesitation. Do what is right with trembling hands anyway. Speak truth with the racing pulse anyway. Courage at this stage isn't feeling invincible constantly. It is refusing to deny what is evident before you. You might question yourself, am I being too rigid, too withdrawn, too intense? Here is a reliable test. After the choice, do you feel clearer inside or more conflicted? Clarity typically signals you honored what God revealed. Conflict usually means you agreed to something your spirit rejected. You don't need external validation for every decision. You can ask the God within you, does this reflect the person you are shaping me into? Then listen, not only with emotions, but through your body, your mind, your rest patterns. He communicates yes, continue, or no, reconsider in multiple ways. You will also discover something wonderful. You have more capacity for those genuinely connected to your life, the friend who reciprocates, the child who feels secure with you, the person who values your time and respects your boundaries. Your presence impacts them more deeply because it is no longer fragmented across everyone demanding your energy. This is God's intention, an existence where you can wake up, observe how you are living, and say this aligns. What I claim to believe, what my body tells me, what I permit in my environment, they finally agree, and that internal harmony is sacred. You don't need to broadcast it. You don't need to announce your limits dramatically, simply live them. Final form holds the most power when it is quiet and unwavering. And as you continue this path, don't be surprised when people observe something's different about you, or I cannot articulate it, but you seem grounded. They may lack vocabulary for it. Heaven doesn't. God calls it you, inhabiting the design He always envisioned. Not celebrated, not perfect, just finally, completely yourself. Thank you deeply for walking this path with me. If this resonated, please like, share it with someone who needs this, and subscribe to continue this journey. Keep growing by selecting one of the videos displayed that speaks to you most powerfully. I will see you there.